Listen, Monk Mode gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro. At the end of the day, it's day 130. I repeat, at the end of the day, it's day 130. I meant to drop this earlier, but I forgot. I didn't get to drop it. So, this is 130 right now. Listen, at the end of the day, bro, I got to get to 365 days. So, what that's like 235 days. Yeah, it's like 235 something more days left just so I can get to that first year and power up. That's the first Ultra Instinct power up level. That's the first little Goku power up. That 1 year mark, that 365 days mark, bro. You gonna need that mark. At the end of the day, listen. As a content creator, they want you to feel good when you relapse so you can make everybody else, the 98%, feel good and keep going back to the cycle of lust. At the end of the day, when you do semen retention, when you do SR or monk mode for 365 plus days, especially if you're going 5 to 7 to 10 years, at the end of the day, you got to understand you're gonna power up Ultra Super Saiyan level and you're not gonna be able to be controlled. Listen, at the end of the day, why do I wanna be weak? At the end of the day, when you release, you're weak. When you wanna release, you weak. When you wanna lust, you're weak. When you're lusting after a woman, you're weak. At that moment, as soon as you lust, as soon as the lust kick in, you're weak. Why would I want to be weak at 2 a.m. in the morning? Why would I want to be weak at 3 a.m. in the morning? Why would I want to be weak at 4:34 a.m. in the morning? Why would I want to be weak at 1 in the afternoon, 12 noon? Why do I want to be weak? At the end of the day, I'm on day 130. Why would I want to be weak on 90 days? Listen, if majority of men can't go 90 days of retention, they can't go longer than 90 days of retention. Listen, after you go longer than 90 days of retention, you're giving the world value. I repeat, you're giving the world value. They never seen a person who can just easily breeze by without relapsing and go past 130 days. At the end of the day, you only going past the 130 days. You only getting the 365 plus days of retention and retaining if you tell yourself retention is easy. I repeat, yeah, you gotta tell yourself retention is easy. It's easy to retain. It's easy to not lust. At the end of the day, do you want to get taxed by Uncle Sam? You just gotta ask yourself that serious question. Do you really want to get taxed for your seed? Do you really want to mess and screw over all business plans in the future and your future child, your future children, your future children's money, their millions? At the end of the day, no. Listen, we can't go out like that. At the end of the day, the whole goal of a semen retention content creator is to tell and teach other men how to stop being weak. The whole goal is to teach the sheep how to stop being weak. And we have to tell the sheep how to not want to be weak. Actually, we got to convince the sheep to not want to be weak. At the end of the day, once the sheep realize, hey, it's possible. A normal person can go 365 plus days of retaining their seed. Easy. And they without relapsing, like none out of soul. Listen, at the end of the day, all these content creators that are doing SR, listen, they're all weak. So there's no competition. Like, there's really no competition in SR. There's zero competition. They're all gonna relapse after 3, 4, 5, 6 months. They're gonna relapse after like 10 months, 11 months. They're not gonna go 12 months and keep going. They're not going to go 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. So it's no competition. All I got to do is keep showing up. And this is what SR allows a man to do, is keep showing up. This is why SR is going to lead you. This is why your seed going to lead you to the multi-millions. Because it's teaching you how to keep showing up. When everybody else don't show up after them 3 months, when they want to release and they don't want to show up anymore after those 3 months. Listen, when you go past 3 months, listen, they're going to be like, dang, it's powerful. This is really powerful. You actually adding value because dudes want to be weak. And you don't want to be weak. You're showing the sheep how to stop being weak. Listen, at the end of the day, as a man, it should be embarrassing to be weak. Lust should be embarrassing, bro. That's embarrassing. You want to smash a woman you don't even know. That's embarrassing, bro. At the end of the day, they want you to be weak. But, nah, we can't be weak. At the end of the day, we can't go out like that. Because if we weak, how is our future children going to learn how to be strong if their father wasn't strong? At the end of the day, if they see in the future, oh, dang, my dad went 5, 7 to 10 years without SEX. That's a really strong dude. He really powered up and got the multi-millions. Yeah, at the end of the day, listen, it got to be done. Listen, if don't nobody else want to do it, somebody gonna do it, and that somebody is me that's gonna do it. I'm gonna complete it. Listen, I'm gonna show you that it's a benefit to not being weak. I'm gonna show you how to not let Uncle Sam get 70% of your income due to child support because you wanted the cat. At the end of the day, why do you want the cat? Why do you want to be weak, bro? When you release with a woman or to the hub or to the sites, you're weak. You're gonna be weak. You're not going to turn into a gorilla. Listen, at the end of the day, if you retain longer than 365 days, you're naturally going to turn into a gorilla. I repeat, if you retain longer than 365 days, you're naturally going to power up and turn into a gorilla by default. You're going to be walking like you're going to be the strongest of the strongest men to walk amongst the weak men in society. Listen, Monk Mode gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro.